Hello, dear viewers. Thank you for joining me for your daily tarot reading. I ask you to choose the stone that draws you, the one that resonates with your intuition, and we'll see what Spirit has for you today. All right. For those of you who chose this lime green stone, we have the Wheel of Fortune, we have the Page of Swords, we have the Six of Swords. So the Wheel of Fortune's your major arcana. That may be that you have a new era coming in. You may have something new coming in some area of your life. So there might be, this can be a really big change. It can be a smaller or more subtle change, but it's significant. So the Page of Swords suggests to me that it might just be starting with a simple plan. It might have to do with, the kind of planning we do to achieve specific goals. Because the Six of Swords is sort of like we've learned a lot. We've learned a lot. We've sometimes those lessons haven't been easy, but we're moving into calmer shores. We're moving into out of turbulence and to more hospitable shores. And so I'm thinking this really could be about an issue that, you have to take pen to paper to figure it out, or you have to get some information and to make a logical plan. And you've already picked that up. You already have an idea about that. So I like the Wheel of Fortune for that, because the Wheel of Fortune would be saying, okay, we've had enough time in the learning field here on this particular issue. Time for us to make great progress. Because the page can mature into the Queen and the King. So if there's some area of your life where you feel like it needs some planning, and I think these cards come along to say, well, be hopeful, because look it is time for a new era. That is good positive energy. That is fortune coming around in your favor. But obviously it's something that involves planning and logic. All right, so that is really a good reading. For those of you who chose the brown tiger's eye, we have the Devil, we have the Eight of Swords, we have the King of Wands. So the Devil is never a card to be worried about or afraid of. It's simply feeling kind of trapped by something, feeling like there may be something coming in that is worrisome, or has you thinking about it a lot, or wants to, come into your thoughts and bother you. Something, a pattern. It can be about addiction or excess, but it can just be about rumination, right? Or maybe a sort of a bit of an obsessive interest in something. And a lot of times it comes up because we're needing a change. Our inner self is saying it's time for a change. And maybe the rest of us hasn't caught up with that yet. Maybe our spirit wants a change, but the rest of us hasn't gotten there yet. So the heat kind of gets cranked up to get us ready for a new change. Because we must have some kind of thought there with that Eight of Swords that helps us to feel trapped, feel like we can't get out of that. And that's a lie, because that Eight of Swords woman, she can always just start wailing a little and those ties would fall right off. She'd pull her blindfold off and come right out the front. My little granddaughter's helping me today, by the way, guys. And the King of Wands, that's wonderful, powerful. Oh, no, baby. Yeah, that's wonderful, powerful energy. That's wonderful, powerful energy that's full of purpose, full of life, can get the job done. And so it's like on one side of the Devil, you've got this. That's keeping you in it. That's keeping you bedeviled. And on the other side of the Devil, you've got that. And that's saying, oh, hey, you've got it. You've got the energy. You've got the purpose. You've got the maturity. You've got the fire. Move forward. We don't have to know exactly where everything is going to go. Yeah, sometimes we can get in this card when we feel like, oh, I have to know everything. I have to have this figured out, that figured out, the other thing figured out. Sometimes the King of Wands knows it's time to go. Not to be rash, but time to just get that energy flowing. So obviously, I think there's change coming in for you. Don't feel down if it's the moment, the period before the change. For those of you who chose the orange goldstone, we have the Death card, we have the Moon, and we have the Four of Cups. So you have two major arcana here. So big deals. The Death could be the end of something, and sometimes this is your intuition card, intuition being very strong. So sometimes it can mean the end of something. You intuit it, and we're not talking about the fearful mind. No, no, no. We're talking about intuition. It feels like the energy behind this particular thing in my life is coming to a close. It feels like the energy behind that is something's winding down here. Or it can be, you really know what this ending is, and it's an acceptance of that. It's an acceptance that there's something that's done. And it could be a very good thing that it's done. And the Moon card is your intuition to guide you, to lead you, to help you to see the next step, because that's all you need. Now, the Four of Cups, there's some news or message or something that you're not hearing. For some of you, this Death card really is about an internal process and you haven't fully become aware of it. And this Four of Cups, that's Spirit giving you a message, wanting you probably to reflect on your emotions. How do you feel about this and about that and about the other thing? How do you feel when this happens? How do you feel when that happens? Because cups are about emotion, to figure out where is the life in your life? Where is the energy in your life? What's growing, So for some of you, this is about spending some time reflecting. Your intuition will guide you. In fact, your intuition may light this up right now or shortly after this reading. And so the Death card to me a lot of times is one of finality and acceptance. And sometimes there's great peace that comes with that. Because it's sort of like, okay, and you may not exactly know where you're going next. With the intuition card, though, it says your intuition's really strong and you don't need to. You just need the next step. You can trust yourself. So that's a very interesting group of cards. Very nice group of cards. Okay, for those of you who chose the pink heart, we have the Six of Wands, we have the Ten of Wands, we have the Six of Cups. So these are all minor arcana, but look at that wand energy. Okay, so we can either have our wand energy like kind of burdensome and almost getting in the way. Like all these are our goals, our purposes, our priorities, and we can't even see because we're trying to carry them all at once. And that's too much for anybody. So sometimes I like to, when I get this card, meditate for just a few minutes in the morning, even just 1 minute, and just find the calm and find the peace. And as each thought comes in about the task or I have to do this or I want to do that, or each priority, a priority can sometimes be the people that flash through your mind. As they all come in, I like to then let them float right by and put them in the hands of a loving source, a loving spirit, loving whoever you picture that to be, whatever you picture that to be. And trust that source will infuse it with energy and work to solve it, work to meet my concern, and take good care of that priority. And it's amazing when we ask for things what can happen. But then I can let it all go and have a lot better, more peace, and an easier time focusing on one thing at a time, or the handful of things I'm going to do today. And then the Six of Wands is your victory card. See, that brings victory. The Six of Cups can be about nostalgia. It may be, sometimes it comes up when we're going to talk to somebody we've known for a long time. It can come up with memories. We're thinking about the past for some reason. This can represent children in your life too. But it's a lovely, pleasant, content card, and that's nice. So you've got these two very lovely cards emotionally to experience today. And I think Spirit's just saying, hey, let's dispense with this. You know, once in a while when I do that meditation and leave all of those things in Source's hands and in God's hands, just amazing things happen in each of these areas that I didn't have anything to do with, I feel like, you know. But they've just, it is amazing. I do recommend it. But in any case, there's victory for you today. There's some sweet kind of energy here. And I hope you have a marvelous day. Thank you all so very much. We'll talk to you soon. Have a good one. Bye-bye.